as of all of know that Rotary India is focusing aid next year onwards. And water mission is one vertical that Rotary is focusing with topmost priority. And Rotary has some agreement with Government of India to work in next 5 years. With a lot of things we would come to know with this two learned person joining us, one from Delhi, from Tejpur, they will be having their deliberation and enlighten us. With these words, I would request everyone to join in this meeting and request Saumya to kindly first formally introduce your district team, followed by Rajib, and then I will do my bit. Thank you.
Thank you, Subhasish. It's a wonderful platform. Today, we all three governor-elects join together to make it possible to host this water level 1 and level 2 seminar for our respective districts. And I would welcome our speakers today, Ranjan Dhingraji and Sunil Sarabji to this Zoom meeting, and also Rajib in Batchmate. And I would introduce my team for 2021 for Water Committee. He is none other than our beloved past governor, A.B. Mahapatra. He is the chairman as well as he is my district trainer also this year. And in his team, we selected past president engineer Shishir Patnaik, past president engineer Dhirendra Biswal, and past president engineer Sarveshwar Bari, past president Bhaktaranjan Mahanti. He is chief engineer in Hirapur Dam project now, and Rudra Prasad Mahapatra and engineer Pratap Mahanti, and Jaleshwar Jawaharlal Palo from Berhampur, and we have our District Secretary General Mural Gandhi Naik and District Secretary Administration Sushant Mahapatra in this team. So by this, I introduced my team for 2021 for water mission, and इस दुनिया के लिए कि अभी देवता तीन बचा लो जल जंगल और जमीन. Thank you very much. Thank you all to you for joining us. I over to Rajib for introducing your team. Rajib.
Thank you, Saumya. Yes, good evening, namaste to everybody. Greetings from Nepal. We've got my team. I've got my district governor nominee Santosh Rizal. I know he's somewhere here. There are a lot of people here. We've got what, more than 215 here. So he's somewhere around here, I know. So district governor nominee is here. My chair for water and sanitation, who's been working with the government of Nepal for a very, very long time, is very experienced in this field. Past president Pratap Singh Tatar. The other teammates also, my presidents are here, assistant governors are here. If I start introducing everybody, is going to take very, very long. So I'll not do that. But we all are here and we look forward to hearing from our experts, and let's see how much of that we can implement in Nepal also, and we'll be glad to share our experience also, because it could be two different cultures in Nepal and India. So we could hopefully we'll be able to share that also. Having said this, once again, greetings to you all, and let's move on. Subhasish, all yours.
Thank you, Rajib. Thank you so much, friends. After 3262 and 3292, let me just give a short brief of 3240. We have district team, district water team joined here, and I have my DGN also joined here. Introduce you, my DGN first, DGN Mohan, who would be taking over from me next to next year. Hi, Mohan. Followed by that, I have district chair, PD Chaudhary, past president PD Chaudhary from Party South. Hi, PD.
Hi.
Hello.
I am here.
And I have my team from Aizawl, that is Mizoram. Ranjit Singh, past president Ranjit Singh. Ranjit would be taking care for rainwater harvesting from Mizoram. He's from Rotary Club of Mizoram, Aizawl. And I have Devapriya Saha. Devapriya from Rotary Club of Malda Central. Devapriya is a civil constructor, and he has experience of building check drums under his belt. So that's why we have taken him in this committee for his expertise. I have few more members also added. I'm not going to them because it's I could not identify them. I have Loskar, who has worked for Assam government for long 35 years into the water services department. And I have Pranav Bora, who would be looking after the water efficiency part from Jorhat. He is also an engineer. And I have Bharat Mani Pradhan from Kalimpong. I'm sure everybody has met Bharat because Bharat was talking to the person. Yeah. So Bharat would be taking care of the co-chairmanship for watershed. And he is from Kalimpong. He has also a subsequent experience on this subject. Welcome all, each and everyone to this meeting. With these words, I would request the district chair for 3262 to kindly present our national chair, past Governor Ranjan Dhingra, with a short, brief introduction. Over to you, district chair 3262.
Thank you so much, Governor-elect 3240, Subhasish, and all governors-elect from Nepal and from my home club district, Saumya Mishra. A very good evening to everyone, every participants, for this important meeting on water. So I have the pleasure today to introduce the national chairman, the past governor Ranjan Dhingra. PDJ Ranjan Dhingra, Rotary International District 3011. He was the governor in 1999-2000. Forged ahead to greet the opportunity of meeting Rotary in the new millennium. Ranjan joined the Rotary Club of Delhi Central in 1983 and became the president in 94-95 when I was the secretary of a Rotary Club of Bargarh. He is a level 3 major donor and an ardent supporter of the Rotary Foundations. I know, Ranjan, I have been very much with you in the South Asian reception at Atlanta. He was the chairman of the Rotary International. He held many coveted assignments in Rotary years from 2001, including Zonal Coordinator of Water. He was the chairman of the Rotary International Presidential Celebration on Water Management in Delhi in December 2003, where the chief guest was the then Honorable President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, under the guidance of the then RI President, Jonathan. Rotarian Ranjan Dhingra is the president of the Rotary India Water Conservation Trust, formed in 2004 together with past Rotary International Director Sushil Gupta, which has now launched the Rotary India Water Mission. The Rotary India Water Mission has implemented more than 106 rainwater harvesting structure. I'm sorry, this RIWCT has implemented more than 106 rainwater harvesting structure. To the check dams in India. These RWH structures have impacted more than 6 lakhs people in water deficient areas of India. These have changed the demographic positions of the region due to extra crops in the year. Of migration of population from rural to urban areas. On November 18th, 2019, the Rotary International President nominee Shekhar Mehta launched the Rotary India Water Mission and assigned Ranjan the responsibility of chairman and has now 12 zonal water coordinators and 7 executive committee members from all over the country for accomplishing the task of water projects on pan-India basis. He is an engineer and MBA by profession and is the managing director of multinational company Messrs. Laraon Group, and has varied experience in the corporate world. He is the chairman of Rotary India Water Mission, instrumental in implementations of the target of the mission in the next 5 years, 2020 to 2025. Since 2018, under the guidance of the Rotary International President nominee Sushil Gupta, Diden, Sushil Gupta, he is also engaged in Narok country of Kenya to set up a check dam, besides extending all possible support to the local bodies in water-related projects. I once again welcome Ranjan Dhingra, past Governor Ranjan Dhingra, the chairman of this Water India Commission, to this beautiful meeting. Thank you very much. A very good evening to every one of you.
Thank you very much, PDG Ashokji, for a beautiful introduction of mine. In fact, brought back the sweet memories of our South Asia reception at Atlanta, which I had almost forgotten. Thank you very much, and recollecting the memories all we had together with 400 plus Rotarians joining from all over the world. Thank you again. Yes, what I feel proud today, you know why? It's indeed a great moment for me when I see 3 esteemed joining hands together to have this multi-district training program on one particular subject, that is water mission. That shows the importance of you all have given to water as such. Though I was already present in this very pleasant district of DG Subhasish, and I did speak to most of you there. But today I have got an opportunity to talking to the other districts from 3262 and 3292 from Nepal. Friends, at the outset, let me just thank once again each one of you for inviting me to this beautiful training program. I don't know how many PDGs are here at the moment, but I see the strength going up to around 300 participants. It's wonderful. But PDGs as such, I have no idea, but I could definitely like to name once again the very capable, esteemed water warriors. DG Subhasish Chatterjee from 3240 and 3260, we have Saumya Ranjan, and from 3292 we have Rajib. Their DGNs are also available. That's Dr. Mohan. And I don't know about Santanu is already there or not, I have no idea. And about Santosh from Nepal. Maybe he's also with us today in this meeting. And above all, friends, when I look into this structure, we have the district water chairs. Each and every district today I see has got the district. And the district water chair of 3262 is, well, he has just introduced me. And from 3240, you have past president PD Chaudhary. But in the 3240, I find very peculiar situation. It's very a situation which is very much relevant to a water mission. That each and every vertical is being represented who is well experienced. I heard just about one of the persons who is Devapriya. He is expert in check dams. And friends, check dams are going to be the major construction work for all of us. So we are looking forward to Devapriya to help us all in all these districts, especially again for 3240. Friends, 3240 that takes care of 9 states of India. That is the kind of geographical area you all are representing today. Friends, thank you very much for doing a great job. Now coming over to 322, friends, Nepal. I always say it's indeed a special thanks to these dedicated Rotarians and some of the past district governors there for being part of this training. The terrain in Nepal is no different to us, and sure enough, presentation given here today will also be immense use to each one of you. Friends, I must say, though we have named it as Rotary India Water Mission, but we are always ready and always able to support our brothers and sisters in Nepal, both technically and financially, if so desired, wherever possible. Friends, we have the entire mission in these districts. A person, a very capable person, very motivated person, an outstanding Rotarian, Sunil Saraf, Zonal Water Coordinator. He is the one who is bringing you all together in one necklace, I always say. And he is a link between all of you, and I'm sure the water verticals will get benefited out of that. And friends, today also we have with us the National Executive Committee member, Sudeep. Little bit about Sudeep for your introduction, for your information. Friends, we talked about Rotary Water Conservation Trust, which is there since 2004. And the Rotary India Water Conservation Trust, when Shekhar Mehta came, we wanted to go in for the Rotary India Water Mission later on. This Sudeep being one of the 5 executive members at that point of time, between July 2019 to September 2019, when they started with, together with me, a water manual, which is in line with the literacy manual. And friends, we'll talk about the result of that water manual, what actually came out of that. Sudeep is part of that. So my thanks to Sudeep also for being here today and to address you perhaps in one of the other instances. Friends, today, again I say, what an opportunity. Actually got about around 300 Rotarians, the water warriors I call them today, assembled, though through this virtual Zoom meeting. But imagine, could you ever imagine that all of us, without spending a penny, without traveling, without spending a night at the places, and without even going in for all kinds of hustles and bustle, they will be able to spend time, the very quality time, for about 2 to 3 hours to know more about water. It is because of, well, the positive side of COVID 2019. That, Rotary International President-elect Holger gave his beautiful theme, Rotary Opens Opportunities. Did he ever realize at that point in time in January 2020, when he came out with this theme, that 2020 is actually going to open many, many opportunities for not only for we Rotarians, for the entire world. Yes, friends, that is the adversary into opportunity you have all converted into. I'm so happy to have that. And friends, I always say, it is because of the passion you all have. Janun jisko kehte hain, wo aap sab ke, aur ye bada, and it is known as Jal Hi Jeevan hai. Friends, yes, water is the elixir of life. Way back in ancient times, the importance of water has already been acknowledged. Way back in 16th century, I always take Sant Rahim's name and start my talk with his doha. When he said, Pani rakhiye, bin pani sab soon. Pani gaye na doob rahe, moti manas chul. Learn to preserve water. Yes, friends, learn to preserve water. In modern times, we call it as learn to conserve water. Even the Secretary, Ministry of Jal Shakti today talked about UP Singh, that please conserve and manage water beautifully. And friends, without water, nothing survives. Sans water. Neither birds grow, nor mankind, and even not grain germinates. Anaj bhi paida nahi hota hai. Friends, if we have this kind of situation with us, what can happen to all of us? Yes, friends. During the introduction, I was introduced as the president of Rotary India Water Conservation Trust. Let me give a little background of this, how exactly it started with. Yes, you said rightly, we had the Rotary International Presidential Conference in Delhi, Vigyan Bhavan, way back in 2003, December, which was, yes, rightly said, inaugurated by Dr. Abdul Kalam, the then President of India, chair of the entire conference was none other than then the director, Sushil Gupta. Friends, as a result of this conference, we had the Delhi Declaration, and the Delhi Declaration talked about setting up of a trust. And 2004, we started this Rotary India Water Conservation Trust with Sushilji as the president, myself as the secretary. And nowadays, we have dual responsibility because RAWCD is responsible for bringing out RAWM as the president of Rotary India Water Conservation Trust. You rightly said in my biodata, which is appears a little old, little bit somewhere, that we constructed 106 check dams. Friends, we have gone up to 250, 300 check dams till date, and serving more than or benefiting more than 10 lakh villages or the people around. Friends, I'm not going to details what all it affected economically, socially, etc., stop the migrant labor, etc. So we are hearing a lot about migrant labor nowadays. It stopped in those villages at that time. Friends, under the trust, be it PRID Sushil as the president, myself the secretary, then I already said we have benefited more than 10 lakh people. However, in September 2019, to be precise, 11th of September 2019, we had discussions with Rotary India President, Rotary International President nominee Shekhar Mehta. You know Shekhar Mehta very well, that he believes in scale. He believes in bolder and bigger projects. We, during the years, with limited number of people, with not that much of exposure, we could complete 300 check dams only, but with a large, no doubt about it. He said, Rotary India Literacy Mission, we know this result. Thousands and lakhs of student children are getting benefited. Why can't we have in water too? Friends, on that very day, can I do?
Yes, please continue. Please continue. I'm finding out who is okay.
No issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please
Thank you
continue.
very much. Thank you. Sorry for
No, sir. We are sorry.
in
Please
between. No issue. So friends, so we had the intensive brainstorming session in Delhi with Ministry of Jal Shakti people up to the secretary level. We had the people, Chairman, Central Water Commission, Delhi Jal Board, many NGOs, many experts from Rotary, and friends above all, Ajendra Singh Ji. He was also with us to talk about the water projects which can be taken up as a mission by the Rotarians. Because we Rotarians are very good at networking. We know how to get the jobs done. And friends, of course, my executive team was also there. Sudeep and everybody was in that team. Before getting into the brainstorming session, the entire team came up with an acronym. And friends, we put after the discussion, after deliberations, we put forward to each and everyone present there the acronym. What was this acronym? Friends, this acronym was nothing but, like in RALM, you have TEACH, taking care of holistic program. So we also came up with WATER. W, friends, stands for the watershed development. Because as I said, idea is not to create a new water source for irrigation or drinking, but to harness and harvest, but to conserve and manage. That was the main idea between the entire project's undertaking. So we said W is the watershed development program. What should be under this? Details will be given by Sudeep and our ZWC very good friend Sunil. In few minutes from now, I'm not going to go into details. I'll just say a few things here. Friends, under W, we have a target also, not only under W, entire all the 5 verticals. Why we choose 5 verticals? You know, our human body is made of 5 elements. What are these 5 elements when we think about it? Every day in the morning we say Bhagavan. So I say BH is Bhumi or ground, A is Agni like fire, W, A is your Vayu like air, and friends, G is Gagan, Gagan like sky, N is Ni like water. So fifth element is water. So that is thought when we have the 5 verticals, it will reflect as if we have the 5 elements of our human body. Because human body contains 60 to 70% of water. That is the reason we also had the 5 elements with us. So friends, the target under W, watershed structures. Many things come under check dams, gaping structures, etc., etc. So we have a target of 10,000 check dams to be constructed and handed over on sustainable basis. What is that? Why did we choose 10? And 10,000 in how many years? Friends, हमने पंचवर्षीय योजना बनाई, the 5-year plan. The 5-year plan means right from 2020 to 2025. Because the government of India, Ministry of Jal Shakti, also has a program starting 2020, ending 2025. So friends, government of India has got 1 lakh check dams to be constructed. Shekhar has a slogan, beautiful slogan, I always say that. Slogan calls about or talks about that whatever government of India takes it for the projects, in the Rotary India service mission, in this case the water mission, must have the 10% of the total projects which government of India has undertaken. That should be our target. So friends, that is the reason we have 10,000 check dams to be built. How can we build? Friends, I'm not going into details. Sunil will take care of that along with all of you. You're all experts. We have the techniques, we have the funding, we have the partners, we have the people to handle each one of you. All these things are there in place. We have location of check dams or the gaping structures. All this can be revealed to each one of you because we want your participation, your valuable participation. All the presidents elect, all the AGs, all the secretaries elect, all the committee members. Sorry, I forgot to acknowledge you right in the beginning, but you are the ones, friends, that you are today assembled here. Without you, the meeting wouldn't have been complete. If you're not working, if you're not taking, you're holding my hand, or holding hand of ZWCS or DWCs, hence I can very well say, nothing can go. You are the ones responsible for taking the mission ahead, and I'm sure you will take it. Friends, the second one we have is A. A is awareness. Awareness how? Through various social media apps, Facebooks, WhatsApps, and Twitter account, so on and so forth. Incidentally, friends, Rotary India Water Mission also has a Facebook account. So I want each one to go there, like it, and in this process, we can also have number of likes which can be shared along. One fact I would like to say, even Ministry of Jal Shakti is following us on and also giving very encouraging comments, and which it means that you people are getting this accolades, not me as such. Now, friends, the third one we have the T. What is T? It's nothing but transformation of water bodies or rejuvenation of water bodies. We normally say, you know, itna water body hoti hai, entire country. What had happened to all these water bodies, friends, is nothing but usko silty mein badal diya. And the water which has to go into the water bodies has been blocked. There's so many things you can rejuvenate all these water bodies. So target is also there. Fantastic target. We'll talk about it later on. E. What do we mean by E? Friends, E is efficient use of water. Efficient use of water, how can we do? Reduce, reuse, and recycle. The fourth one I always say, which is common, though it comes under this, is respect. जल की सेवा करना शुरू कीजिए, जल की इज्जत करना शुरू कीजिए. until and unless you respect water, friends, the return will not be there. So that is what I always say. Last but not the least is R. What is R? Most commonly used, rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting, both for rural as well as urban. And especially in your areas, friends, I don't know much about Nepal at the moment. Maybe since the terrain is almost the same in some of the places, maybe we can work out later. But in your area, you have this Brahmaputra issues, flooding, year after year. So friends, we are working on those also. We have schemes for that also. We'll talk about it later. Friends, as I already said, I'm not going to much into details because all these verticals, the 5 elements of automation, are nothing but the menu of service opportunities to each one of you. This is the way we are giving you on platter various projects which can be undertaken throughout the year. And friends, all these projects are meaningful, purposeful, and yes, you may always wonder, how do we get the costing? How do we get the funding? All this can be explained by our zonal water coordinator, Sunil Ji. And last but not the least, on the objective. The objectives, again, I repeat, friends, is optimal sustainable development and efficient use of water by way of conservation and management. We only talk about conservation management. You know, you buy an equipment, industrial equipment, what do you think about that? You go in for O&M and even the annual maintenance contract, the operations and maintenance. So this exactly have to conserve and manage properly. The net zero system principle has to be maintained. And friends, this is for what? This is for economic development of humanity. We all work for the humanity, service above self. Yes, friends. If I have this liberty of talking to you in the sense, what are the basis of other major verticals we have? We have health vertical, we have sanitation vertical, we have literacy vertical, we have environment vertical, all these verticals with us. What is the main common basis? Friends, that is water. Can you do sanitation without water? No. Can you do happy schools without water? No. Can you do health programs without water? No. Friends, nowadays, especially during COVID-19, every 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 1 hour or something like that, you wash your hands. You need water. So friends, water is the basis, is the elixir of life, once again. Make water everybody's business. It's already, we Rotarians are very good, outstanding in networking, being the leaders in our own professional vocation. And friends, we have eradicated polio. We are on the verge of eradicating illiteracy also by 2025. Friends, we eradicated polio for our own children? No. Our children were vaccinated on a daily basis. We did it for the entire country. In the process, we protected our own children. Literacy. We are eradicating illiteracy from the children age group 7 to 14. Whose children? You can imagine. Our children are going to the best of the best schools. Grandchildren are going to the best of the best schools. But friends, that is the motto we have set ourselves. But here, I want to divert your attention a little bit. Water, Jal. Friends, water is meant for my children, your children, my grandchildren, your grandchildren, my future generation, your future generation, and above all, the entire country's future generation. That is the value of water we have. So I won't say we have to be a little selfish, but we have to look after that. And we have many schemes in that, which I'm not going to go into details. I'd say first in Hindi, then maybe in English. A very polite appeal to each one of you. आज का विचार, thought process for the day. पानी बचाया जा सकता लेकिन बनाया नहीं जा सकता. Water can be conserved or saved, but water cannot be made. दादाजी ने नदी में पानी देखा. He saw water in river. पिताजी ने कुएं में. My father saw it in the well. हमने नल में tap water. हमारे बच्चों ने, our children, कहाँ पे? Bottles में. Think of friends, their children, or the future generation is going to see water in. इस पर ध्यान दीजिए. Think about it. That what is the best way of doing it? It can only be done by choosing the appropriate service projects from the menu being provided to each one of you. And a wide range of costing is there, right from rupees 50,000 to 50 lakhs of rupees. That's the kind of menu you have in front of you. Choose, pick and choose and select which is good for the community. We are there for all of you. Let us kindle the spark within and join hands to save our Mother Earth, our future generation, our present, by adopting comprehensive and holistic program of WTE, by acting with consistency, credibility, and continuity. And friends, at the end, I would like to say, now you have more responsibilities on your shoulders, because you're not going to conserve water for your own mission, under the mission, but you're going to take care of rest of the verticals also. So more responsibilities to look towards the water mission accomplishments than anybody else in any other vertical in chief or in charge or zonal coordinator. So, and I'm sure my best wishes to each one of you, and thank you very much for inviting me to address you all on very special training session on Rotary India Water Mission. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Ranjanji.
Ranjanji. Thank you very much
for your wonderful deliberations. And I'm sure your deliberation has inspired all of us here present, almost 300 Rotarians. Friends, before we go ahead with the next speaker's introduction, I am happy to introduce my district zonal coordinator for sanitation. As Ranjanji was talking, I would request Danny to kindly spotlight past Governor Rajib for a while, just to introduce to the House that he is the zonal coordinator for sanitary mission of Rotary India. Danny, can you?
Yes.
Can you spotlight?
Doing it. Yes. Here he is.
Yeah. Thank you, past Governor Arijit for joining us.
Good evening to all water warriors. Good evening to all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And with this word, I would request the district chair for water 3292 Nepal, past president, let me check. Okay. Yeah, past president Pratap Singh Tata to kindly introduce our zonal coordinator, past president, past governor Sunil Saraf from 3240 Tezpur. Past President Pratap, kindly over to you for a quick introduction of zonal coordinator Sunil Saraf.
Okay, namaskar to everybody. Dignitaries online. It's my pleasure to introduce a very bona fide person, PDG Sunil Saraf. He is zonal coordinator also. Lieutenant Sunil Saraf, a major donor, is a Rotarian since 1988 and was a Rotaractor before joining Rotary. He has served his club and district in almost all the capacities and was a district governor of RI District 3240 in 2017-18. He is a leading hotelier and chairman of KRC Group, which has business interests in hospitality, food infrastructure, and health and beauty. He has upon Doctor of Excellence, honoris causa management by University of Entrepreneurship and Technology, USA, and he is a proud recipient of certificate of appreciation from the government of Assam as prominent social worker in 2009 and for excellence in sector in 2014. He has been nominated as a member Tezpur Airport Advisory Committee 2019-2022. He has served as a president, vice president, secretary of several commerce and socio-cultural bodies of the town, and at present, he is serving as a zonal coordinator ZWCS, Rotary India Water Mission for RI District 3240, 3262, and 3292, Zone 6. And as an Assistant Rotary Public Image Coordinator, ARPIC, RI District 3240, 3291, 3292, Zone 6. I welcome Sunil Saraf virtual meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratapji. Good evening, all the participants. I can see there are nearly 300 participants from these 3 districts. That's a very heartwarming figure. And this is the beginning of, I believe, culture in Rotary. Virtual meetings is going to make things easier for us in future. And we will rely more and more on this, I believe, in the times to come. All the 3 DGEs, Subhasish, my younger brother, Rajib, I know him very well. I believe Rajib will agree with me. And yes, Saumya, I have few opportunities to meet Saumya, but over the time, I believe we will become good friends. And all the Rotarians of 3240, 3262, and 3292, my namaste to all of you. This presentation, which I have sent to the district governor-elects day before yesterday, must have reached the district chair, I believe. It's an elaborate presentation and will be handled by, I have specially invited a executive member of the National Committee, Sudeep Kohli, who, let me tell you, my friends, has been working on this front, water, almost for the last 15 years, since 93, along with Sushilji and Ranjanji. He's got a vast knowledge, very experienced, and he has got hands-on experience of the check dams. So he will be presenting the nuts and bolts of this mission. But before he does that, he is already there. So before I invite him, let me tell you a few things which will probably make your understanding of the subject a bit more easy. First of all, let me tell you, most of you must be aware that there are now 8 verticals which have been introduced into Rotary India's menu, service menu. Now we have a variety in the service menu. Rotary International's menu was always there, but now under the leadership of our RIP and Shekharji, who is, we all know, a mover and shaker, has introduced another 8 verticals. Some of them are in sync with the Rotary's area of focus. Nevertheless, we have decided, our leadership have decided that for the next 5 to 7 years, I repeat, for the next 5 to 7 years, we will be focusing more and more on these 8 verticals. We will be working in Government of India. We will be working along with the Government of India and the state governments on these 8 verticals. This is a paradigm shift, something new. We have been doing projects as an NGO, but now our spotlight, our focus would be working along with the government. Shekharji has very, meaningfully, as Ranjanji said, have declared on behalf of 1.5 lakh Rotarians of India and Nepal. Nepal, we always, psychologically, mentally, we think Nepal, when we talk about Rotary, 3292 is a part of the India map, Rotary India map. So Shekharji has committed on behalf of this 1.5 lakh resourceful Rotarians 10% of the government goals for the next 5 years. We will come to the goals and the targets later on, but the Rotary India sanitation mission is also parallelly there, and we have a Rotary India water mission. This could have been the same. There could have been one vertical instead of the two. But since we wanted to go in depth and do good, meaningful projects, and nothing we wanted that nothing should be left. So there have been two verticals instead of one, Rotary India Sanitation Mission and Rotary India Water Mission. Now, water mission, the scope of water mission is conserving and managing water. We will talk about the deficit of water. We will talk about the scarcity of water. We will talk about how to manage water, the efficient use of water. We will talk prima facie about the use of rainwater, how to bring potable water within, walking distance instead of walking miles in the hilly areas. But when we talk about safe drinking water, when we talk about washing schools, when we talk about purifying the water, then that has been made the responsibility of Rotary India Sanitation Mission. But then both the committees, both these missions will complement each other. Many of the projects will be a joint effort of the Rotary India Sanitation and Water Mission. So I hope this is clear. My friends, when we talk about scarcity of water, we in India and also in Nepal, we have a mindset. We have started recently talking about food wastage, but I think none of us, so-called the intellect segment of the society, none of us have been serious about the water wastage. Food wastage, okay, now it has become a kind of slogan in our households, but we are still far away from talking about avoiding water wastage. So this mission is all about how to conserve water before it is too late, because my friends, what is happening? The rainwater, God gifted, the rainwater when it falls, it goes to the drains, and from the drains it goes to the rivers, and from the rivers it goes to the oceans. We are unable to do anything. We need to tap this water to increase the groundwater level. There is a figure which has been worked out by our national committee that the urban population in India, nearly about, I believe, 10 to 15 crore Indian people in most of the metro cities are staring at the scarcity of water. Severe scarcity, acute scarcity. I know about Guwahati. PD Chaudhary, my district chair, he's from Guwahati. There people are living in lavish flats, crores of rupees. The worth of the flats is crores of rupees, but they have to purchase water from the water tanks. Water is sold there. If one day the water doesn't come to their household, they have to think twice before going to the toilet. And this is something which is, a common sight. And when we go to the rural areas, my friends, there again the problem is compounded. Water is not available, not only to the household, but also for the agriculture purpose. So these are a few things which we need to sensitize ourselves upon, and we need to gear up. It has become a mission now. It's not a project, but it is a mission now. India and Nepal, same issues, same targets. And yes, when we talk about targets, my friends, we'll come to that later on. First of all, you try to understand the nitty-gritty of what is the scope of this water mission, what WATER elaborately means, what it really means, because as Ranjanji touched upon, awareness about what, my friend? Awareness about not wasting water, making efficient use of water. So this is the awareness. Now, if we Rotarians ourselves, if we can start this practice ourselves at our own home and amongst our near and dear ones, I think we will be showing the way to the society or to the small community where we live and then to the larger community. So Sudeep ji, you are there, I believe. Sudeep ji? Danny?
Yeah. Kaak lagi wo?
Sudeep Kohli ji.
Okay, let me search.
Sunilda, I can't see
RIW.
Sudeep.
No, he says RIWM, I think. Okay,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
spotlighting.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
Sudeep ji is there. Welcome, Sudeep ji. A special welcome to the 3 districts. Hope you can hear me.
He's muted. Just I'm unmuting him.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
And please allow me to share the screen also, sir.
Yeah, Sudeep ji. So now you
Yeah.
are audible. Now you are audible. I heard you. I believe you heard me.
Of course, sir. Of course.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, you can share it now. You can share.
So now we look forward to the presentation, to the master presentation.
Good evening, friends. A very good evening to DG Subhasish, DG Rajib, and DG Saumya. Of course, a very good evening to Ranjanji, our Rotary India Water Mission Chair. And a very, very good evening to our galaxy of past district governors here, water committee members, president-elects, secretary-elects, water committee chairs of the clubs, because, with the club members being there, the real functional unit of Rotary is the clubs. Ultimately, friends, you all have to do it. We are planning everything, and Sunilji is here to be the link between the national committee and the entire, most of it is Northeast India. 3240 comprises of that. And especially for Rajib, RIWM is not only Rotary India Water Mission, it's Rotary International Water Mission. And I'm sure a very big welcome to our brothers from Nepal. I'm sure you all can also implement what we have planned out for the whole of India. The topography remains the same. And I won't take too much time, but during the presentation, I'll be pointing out certain particular nuances which are there. Northeast India has certain different things from the rest of India because of the geographical sensitivity of the region. So friends, without taking up too much time, let me start.
Sudeep ji, till the time Sudeep ji is getting ready, let me also add, my friends, all those who are listening, this is a golden opportunity to tell you that think of good, big, meaningful projects and then come to us. To us means this time the up is heavy, not the bottom, but the up is heavy. We have a well organized hierarchy. We have a national executive committee. We have a national CSR committee, and we are, as I said, we are working in tandem with the government. So we would be having access to the government funds also. First, you identify the projects. Before that, I would say you quantify your goals, make a budget that yes, this year we are going to spend this much of money on water projects. And then you identify the projects as per the need of the community within the scope of this mission. And then if you find difficulty in getting the funds, come to us. I'll be there, of course, all the time, 24/7 with you. And we are pretty confident we'll be able to arrange the funds for you. Of course, the clubs, financial involvement will also be up to a certain. Yes, Sudeep, please, are you ready?
1 minute.
So I would focus, I would request all the participants and the district chairs, especially, and the club president to, be very clear about 2 things. What are the yearly targets of the district? What is the scope of the mission? And how you are going to take the help of the National Committee and the ZWC to get these projects implemented.
So friends, I've got the screen on now.
Yes, please go ahead.
Can you see the, am I visible? The screen is visible?
Yes, the screen is visible.
Yes, Sudeepji.
So good evening. Sorry for a little glitch because it is just so much time had elapsed, it gone off the desktop. Friends, we start with this Rotary India Water Mission. As everybody said, this is not a project, it's a mission. We start in 2020 and we have 5 years to do whatever we have to do, and there is so much to do. So I'm just, before I start off with what I have to do, I'll just discuss with you the organization structure and the communication channel. So everything is in front of you. I won't be reading out, but I'll be pointing out certain issues in that. If you can see clearly, I hope you can. The executive committee sits here to advise you. We have an advisory committee.
Sudeepji, sorry to interrupt you. If you can just make it a full screen, it would be proper visible for us. Either you can hit to F5 or the cup sign in the bottom.
F5.
F5 on the top, functional key, F functional key.
Better you cup sign is the better.
Or cup sign, there's at the bottom.
Yes.
You can click on the cup sign also.
This one.
F5?
Either you can hit to F5 or the cup sign at the bottom. There is a cup sign.
Yeah, this one. There is a 55, yeah, that one.
Yes. Click onto that.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah,
go ahead. There we go.
Okay,
Please proceed. Thank you.
The advisory committee, we have a group of experts which are called the water coordinators, which are going to be advising all of us, which is the executive committee. Then we have the zonal water coordinators, 13 of them. And then we have, of course, the district governor, who has to be the nodal head of the entire work that is going to take place in a district, and the district water coordinators and the committees working with the district governor, and then percolating down to the club levels. We have an RIWM office which will support everybody on a dotted line, which will support everybody to give information. You can get all the access to everything that we have. We'll be sharing with you. Obviously, you will communicate, and it's a two-way communication. So district governor, now let's come to the district governor. We come to the district governor has a district water committee chair. Every water committee will have 5 sub-components, the holistic approach, the WATER. Now these would be co-chairs working along with the district water committee chair, and they would be the water warriors of the district who will assist the district governor in getting all the targets accomplished. The roles and responsibilities of the zonal water coordinators, since the presentation has already been shared, but I would still be sharing the slides. The roles and responsibilities of the zonal water coordinators, Sunilji sitting here, are numerous. In fact, everything under the sun, he will be coordinating with you. The water program in depth, responsible to drive and achieve the water goals, provide the programmatic guidelines, work closely with the program verticals of RIWM, and then to impart training at the various levels. You already had the level 1 training. Today we are having a level 2 training of 3 combined districts, 300 people here with us. And we were to accomplish this by 30th of May, and we are very much on time. The third level would be the water seminar that the governor will hold sometime in September. You have to set the water goals, which we will be setting right now. We will be laying down targets, but the water goals will be set by all of you, what you can accomplish. Encourage all the districts and the clubs to take up the water program, evaluate the impact of water, address issues at the district levels, showcasing all the water projects at the rotaryindia.org, encourage all the Rotarians to forge new partnerships with state governments and other knowledgeable organizations. So what we tell you, what we do at our level is indicative, not restrictive. please go ahead, keep your eyes and ears open, try to please forge new partnerships. Of course, roles and responsibilities of district governors, I don't have to specify. The district governor has to get everything and anything under the sun done. So, but I'm going to get into certain more details regarding this particular mission. He has to attend the orientation program, which is conducted by the executive committee, which we've done. Each year it will be done. Appoint the district water committee chair and the chairs of the other members. Ensure that the level 2 training program is organized. Raise contributions from the Rotary Club members to set the goals and reconfirm goals through discussion with each club. Regularly motivate clubs to achieve their goals. Respond to information requests of the RIWM office. Of course, the district governor and the zonal water chair are the two functional arms which will actually be conducting the mission, executing the mission. We will be there to give set out all the menus which are to be implemented. And of course, participate in all the water challenges and campaigns. The roles and responsibilities as we come down to the district water committee chair. Now, the district water committee chair and his 5 other team members will be separately heading the water, WATER, will actually comprise the water warriors at the district level, who will be leading the entire president-elects, secretary-elects, and the members to carry on with the mission and accomplish the goals. Friends, roles and responsibilities of the DWC are there in front of you. I'm sure they are clear to you. This is to attend the water summit, understand the water program, maximize participation, ensure formation of all district level committees, ensure participation of all mandated participants, and of course, appointment of the club water committee chairs and formation of the committees by each president-elect. Friends, all this has to be done before 30th of June because we have to set our goals on Rotary Central before 30th of June. And we have to involve, like Sunilji rightly said, there are now 7 to 8 missions that we have to finish. So we have to imbibe all those goals and we have to upload them at the Club Central. Assist the DG in organizing and conducting the level 2, which is happening. Ensure filling up of club goal forms, training program and compile district goals based thereon. Encourage and motivate each club to upload reports of all water projects. We do have now rotaryindia.org. We have to upload all our projects over there. They'll be seen from there and picked up from there. And of course, showcased at the Rotary International, rotary.org. Friends, the training cycle is as below. I'm just reading out. We are already done with the level 1 program. It's there in front of you. All of you attended very well. We had a great time. This is the program as it went. This is the level 2, what is happening today. With 300 people there, I'm sure most of us are represented. The level 3 will be the district water seminar that the governors will hold at their respective levels. Friends, today, because of the COVID issues, we don't know when that will happen. It's a very unfortunate situation that the whole world is going through the pandemic. I don't know whether it will happen by 30th September or later, but the physical seminar would really give a much bigger fillip to the program than just the virtual seminar. I would just say right now what we are doing today, because of the lockdown in the country and the world, we are like, I would quote Shekharji saying, Shekhar says, you are sharpening your axe at this time. You're getting your act together so that when the real time comes to play, we'll be a better player. Friends, now let me come to the real water issue. This is the current water scenario in India as you see it. Water, which is the elixir of life. We can't live without it, but still we don't respect it. We waste it like anything. The essence here is 90% of Earth's water is in the oceans, but there's a question of water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Only 3% of it is usable for drinking purposes. 66% of the human body is water, and which we don't realize. Friends, here it is. 21 cities of India are almost out of groundwater, including Delhi, Chennai, and Bangalore. In fact, Chennai was out of water last year itself. We all saw what happened. Cape Town in South Africa was out of water. The city was virtually buying water to have a bath. The graphs are here in front of you, how the water scarcity is there worldwide. 500 million people in rural India are facing water shortages for drinking and for agriculture. This is the current water scenario in India, the per capita water availability, and see how it's shrinking from 2011, 1545 to 2050, 1140, and the international average is 1700. Friends, this is the current water scenario in India. Irrigation uses up 89, irrigation, which is agriculture, uses up 89%. 9% is for domestic and 2% is for the industrial. So really, the rural area, the rural India is what we have to target at, what we have to take care of, where we have to concentrate on. Do you see the India graph? You know, the red part is parched, orange, yellow is getting in that direction. The green part, the white part here, absolutely you can see how areas are overexploited and how the figures are. And this is what we have to encompass. We can't make water, but we can conserve water, friends. And that is what we are trying to do. So just a little bit more on the history, although Ranjanji has given it. This is what we have done up to now. Rotary India Water Conservation Trust set up in 2004. We've done 300 plus projects. We have impacted more than 10 lakh people, 500 plus villages. We had the Delhi Declaration. Sushil Gupta ji, our respected Sushil Gupta ji, who is the real waterman of India. He actually had the World Summit with APJ, our late President APJ Abdul Kalam. We set up, that was the declaration. At that time, he had the vision to realize that India is going to be water scarce at some point of time. So all this work was started in 2004 itself. Friends, Rotary India Water Mission was launched on 11th of September 2019 by our very own Rotary International President nominee, Shekhar Mehta ji. And this is what it is, WATER. Watershed Development, Awareness, Transformation of Water Bodies, Efficient Use of Water, and Rainwater Harvesting. And I'm bringing you to the nitty-gritties. This is the picture. This was held in Ashoka Hotel where he launched the mission. The Waterman of India also was there, Rajendra Singh ji. Friends, now let's come to watershed development. Now, watershed development, what does it do? We have to restore the degraded watersheds to increase the capacity to capture the rainwater, reduce soil erosion, improve soil nutrients, increase agricultural yields. This will benefit the whole ecosystem. Our target mentioned here is 10,000 watershed structures till 2025, but I'm not looking at the targets right now. We'll look at them in a consolidated way later on. Friends, just have a look. This is one of the dams that we did, Joshiwala Check Dam. This is in Rajasthan. Look at the left and the right. The difference in the topography, you can see the brown and the green. This is when it was made. It was absolutely brown, arid place. Now after 2 rainfalls, there is water there all the time and the topography is green. This is the difference that is being reflected in all the check dams that we've been making. I'm sure what you're seeing is applicable to Rajasthan is very different from what will be there in the Northeast. We'll come to that a little later, what part of the watershed that you will be using. Let me come to the next one now. The types of watershed development that we have are check dams, farm ponds, tanks, gabion structures. The next one is the most relevant one, friends. Continuous contour trenches. If you see on the right hand side, the hillside, if you see down, that is the contour, continuous contour trenches where paddy is grown on the hill slopes. And then earthen bunding. The earthen bunding is what is used again in Rajasthan for storing the water in a very crude way. The objectives of watershed development, friends: recharging of groundwater to provide regular water supply, production of food, fodder, wildlife preservation, the erosion control and prevention of soil, degradation and conservation of soil and water, the employment generation. You have more than one crop, you have 2-3 crops when you have this. The reverse migration of population happens. People don't leave the town, the villages, and go to the cities because they have sources of livelihood in the village itself. They have, instead of one crop, 3 crops, they can make more money. And of course, recreational facilities in the larger lakes. Some larger lakes in Gujarat have been set up where you can have boating facilities also. Steps involved in watershed development are mentioned here. You have to select the site, resource surveys to be done. People have to get involved. The watershed development project plan has to come in, then the treatment. Friends, we have made a ready-made option for you. We have partners, we have agencies who will do this job for you. As Rotarians, we don't have the time to go and do this ourselves. So we do need to have professionals doing all this for us. But we do have to do our bit of getting our members together, arranging the funds, and going through with the projects which will benefit all of us. You must wonder, out of all the things, friends, what is the cost of all this? We've been hearing about this, but what's the cost? The cost can be, friends, the costs can be from 10,000 rupees to 50 lakhs of rupees. Earthen bundling, small thing, can cost you anything from 10,000 to 2 lakhs of rupees. Continuous contour trenches, 1 lakh to 5 lakhs. Gabion structures, which are just smaller check dams, can cost you from 1 to 3 lakhs of rupees. Farm ponds or tanks can cost you 50,000 to 2 lakhs. And of course, check dams can go from 5 lakhs to 50 lakhs. So that is the amount of money involved. We have projects lined up. I'm sorry, very, very few or hardly anything for the Northeast, but we do have 5,000 projects lined up for the whole India. Typically for Northeast, we'll have to look at it separately, but we do have experts with us, and some of you are sitting here with us. We'll have to do some brainstorming on what are the typical projects that will be happening here as far as check dams are concerned. Friends, let's come to the next topic, which is the awareness. Awareness of what is water and all that we keep discussing amongst ourselves has to reach public. So our main objective is to inform and educate people about the water literacy, about the respect for water. And how do we do it? By influencing their attitude, behavior, and their belief. We have a target to reach 50 crores, which is 50 million people. Now we can reach them at one go, but how do we reach them? Friends, there are these action points for awareness. The biggest tool being the social media in today's scenario, the Facebook page and the WhatsApp and the Twitter handle, of course, internet. Here I would like to say, friends, we already have a page, which Ranjanji pointed out. Our friends from 3240 have already liked that page. In fact, the last level 1 meeting of 3240 was uploaded on our page, and it's there for everybody to see. Friends, this is the other tools of, this is the WhatsApp awareness. This is the pyramid. Friends, this is how we percolate down from the central team right down to the club members, and they spread it out amongst the friends, relatives, and associates. So we have to create a team to reach out to all our friends, relatives, and associates to get them involved in the mission. Friends, let's come to the third vertical, the T, the transformation of water bodies. This is again a typical example of before and after. What was there before and after we transformed or rejuvenated that water body. This is a typical water body in Madras, in Chennai, which has been changed, and just see the look of the whole region has changed. Friends, these are some 3 types of the water bodies. One is lakes, the second is ponds, and the third is in South India, in North India they call it Bavdi, but otherwise it's a step well where the water gets accumulated. These are 3 illustrations of particular water bodies that are there. Friends, just have a look how and why the water bodies need to be rejuvenated. See how we have dumped our garbage, our sewage into those water bodies and made them into absolute dirty sewage holes. So to rejuvenate them, to transform them, we have certain things to look at, why this has been done, why it has happened, and because of dumping of sewage, we have to do it because of the our own misdeeds. Friends, the steps again, we have to identify, we have to have community mobilization, we need to have the diversion of sewage which is going into the water body, we need to have JCBs or dredgers to dig out the silting, and we need to have introduction of biochemicals, and some fish have to be introduced in that, so that the water body after being rejuvenated has sustainability. And a project needs to have sustainability for it to survive. Friends, we need to strengthen the embankments. Along with that, we need to make training and awareness around that. We need to put up garbage boxes. We have to have the do's and the don'ts around the water bodies. We have to, of course, create recreational facilities, jogging tracks around those lakes, so that people are there and maintain them. When they have ownership, they maintain them. The benefits of rainwater, of transformation, friends. It acts as a storage of water. It provides drinking water. Of course, it recharges the groundwater level, the aquifer. It provides water for the cattle, animal. It provides water for irrigation in rural areas. Friends, in recreational facilities are provided. You can have boating there. That again creates employment for people. Friends, the cost of transformation would depend upon the area of the water body, the depth, the silting, the condition of water, the vegetation there, and can be anything from 2 lakhs to 25, or on a lake which is above 25 lakhs, 1 to 2 lakhs per acre. Upon transformation will take place from 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs per acre. So there are varying type of costs depending on the area and the condition of the water. Friends, we've had a lot of experience. We have Rotarians in Chennai who have done as much as 100 lakes, some of them going up to as much as 225 acres or 300 acres, and have been very successfully done. We have availability of projects to be executed by all of you, and I'm sure in your areas there would be a lot of those water bodies lying there which you would feel need to be rejuvenated. Please share the details so that we can make projects for them and they can be taken up immediately. I've already said most of this. Friends, the partners that we have are PhD, which is in Delhi, PhD Rural Development Foundation. We have EFI, that works all India basis. We have Apex Constructions, Rotarian from Pune, Mr. Satish Khede. Then they do the identification of the site, they conduct the technical surveys, they conduct the project reports, and they help us with the budgets and the estimates. Friends, let's come to our next and very important, efficient use of water. And what is efficient use of water? The efficient use of water is nothing but reduce your consumption and recycle what you used. So friends, reduce is going to be done by 2 ways. One is to put in the aerators in the taps that we use currently. In our household, 2 bedrooms or 3 bedroom households, we have 6, 7 plus kitchen. We have 6, 7, 8 taps. We just need to put the standard fitting in the tap, which is not costing more than 30 to 40 rupees per fitting, which will result in saving of as much as 30 to 40% that water is coming out without affecting the pressure at all. Friends, the next and the most important part of the reduced consumption is micro irrigation in rural areas. If you remember, I told you 89% of the water is used in agriculture. Where we have these Israel technology available. We are using my sprinkler irrigation system, drip irrigation, and we are using lift irrigation. Friends, these are some of the models that are there. You can have a look at them. Presentation has been shared with you. This is what we need to implement at the rural areas so that the Friends, farmer is able to be educated. What are the crops he needs to use? What crop uses up how much groundwater, and what is the level of the groundwater? I know you all are staying and living in a region of the country which has lots of water, which has lots of rainfall, but still that rainfall and the water has to be conserved for the entire year. Friends, for this we have two partners. One is the Indian Plumbing Association. They will be sharing with us the aerators, and I'm sure every club can take that up as a project. And then we have Finolex Plazon Industries Limited, which again is from Pune, but they work all India, very closely linked with us. We have an MOU with them. They will be supplying their perfect and their technology for our drip irrigation system wherever they need to be. Now let's come to recycling of wastewater, sir. This is basically grey water. Grey water is nothing but water which we use in the sinks, showers, and baths, which other than the non-fecal water, which can be reused and recycled by putting into a plant for the horticultural purposes, for the washing of cars, washing of driveways. And where this can be used, friends, just have a look. The application areas, residential houses where you live, residential housing complexes, where the industrial areas, commercial complexes or hospitals, schools, colleges, rural areas, and urban areas. The benefits are, these are the benefits which I just told you. This water can be used to replace municipal water supply, save your costs also. Friends, the cost of aerators, I told you, per household would be not more than 200 rupees, because if you have 30 rupees, the Nepal will supply to us. Exclusive contract we have with them. Grey water cycling plant would cost us about 150,000 to 2 lakhs of rupees, and the cost for drip micro irrigation would be 40,000 per acre. These are estimated costs. Exact costs could vary by 10 to 15%. Friends, here again we have PhD DF partnering us, EFI and Apex Construction who will be doing our jobs. Next, last but not the least, friends, we are coming to rainwater harvesting. It just simply means it's written over here, catching and holding rain where it falls. And you can store it in your tanks or use it to recharge your groundwater or your aquifers. The simple and straight thing is the water needs to be conserved and not let it flow down into the drains. Friends, this is the rainwater harvesting models. These are some of the models which can be done. Very simple, very straightforward, but they need to be done. Just have a look, some filters are there, the water goes in and is stored there. You can either retain it there to recharge the water, or you can pump it up and use it for gardening or other purposes.
Oh.
Somebody is scribbling on the chart, please.
Meeting चल रही है ना मेरी.
Components of rainwater harvesting system. Could you sir, look into this? Something has been scribbled.
Yes, yes, there is a scribbling on the screen. Trying to find it.
Friends, here we coming to. I'm not going to stop because. Sorry.
Yeah, go on, sir. Go on.
I cannot stop because we have to finish everything.
Yes, go on, sir.
Each rainwater harvesting system consists of the following complex. Friends, you can see the components here. The rainwater pipes are there. There are online water boxes. The roof, rainwater, the roof. Basically, what we have is roof water coming down and stored. The catchment area, storage, ducts. So this is again going to be modeled very simply put.
Oh, what is happening?
Yeah. Somebody is scribbling on the screen.
Yeah, who is doing that? Let me remove it.
Danny, somebody is using touch screen.
Yeah,
because of the touch screen.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he's a little angry with us.
Is the touch screen happening? Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone now. I've cleared it. Yeah.
So if you can see, it's a little faint, but you can see the components. This is the components of rainwater harvesting system. And basically, if you can understand, the fundamental is that we are catching hold of the water from the rooftop, bringing it down, storing it in a tank, using it to recharge the aquifer, and using it to use in the gardening or whatever purpose we need it for. Fresh water available to us, freely available to us. Friends, again, these are the type of areas. Every Rotarian has a project ready. for his own house or for his office or factory. So every Rotarian has 2 projects with him. He can easily execute efficient use and rainwater harvesting. 150,000 Rotarians in India. So we have 3 lakhs projects ready-made for us. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to ask anybody, friends. We are again getting scribbling again happening. I've taken up too much time, I think, so they want me to hurry up, but it has to be gone into detail.
No, because we have allowed screen sharing for all, no? So somebody else is, I think, doing that. Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to get into.
Okay, friends, the cost will depend on the area of the roof and other areas. Now, if you can see, a single unit house can cost you as low as 2,000 to 30,000 rupees. A housing society might cost you 9 lakhs of rupees, the 4,000 square meter area. A school would cost you 2.5 to 3 lakhs of rupees. An industrial area which needs to be done, although they already do their own STPs and everything, but rainwater harvesting will do a separate job. Now, this has been superimposed.
Could you click the share screen again? Sir, could you click the share screen again? Yeah, we can see it now.
Yeah?
Yeah, we can see it now. We can see the screen, sir.
Yeah.
It is coming cost of rainwater harvesting system.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
Benefits of rainwater harvesting, sir. The benefits of rainwater
Benefits
harvesting.
of it, yeah.
The groundwater table rises with the quality improvisation, economic benefits, ready availability at the point of consumption, fresh water is available for you, reduces flooding and clogging, flexible and adaptable technology. How do I move ahead?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, before one. It's going fast. I don't want to skip previous. Before this. Why is it going fast? It's going faster. Want to go at the end. I'm at the end now. 765. Sorry for it. Now my daughter's helping me out.
No, that's okay. Yes. Just come down a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
After that, 2 more. Yeah.
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 Just make it full screen.
Full screen, yeah.
Yeah, go to that.
Friends, let me just tell you, we took almost.
Okay, then next button. On the right side. Next, yeah, that one. Just click that.
That's good.
Yes, we got it.
Friends, groundwater table, economic benefits, ready availability at the time of consumption, reduces flooding, flexible and adaptable technology, which can be done by a local plumber also. Lots of things can be done by the local plumber. Just have to fix some pipes and get the tank ready. Where will the projects immediately come from? Like I said, Rotarian sitting here, each one has 2 projects, workplace and home. So we have the entire office here. We have schools under the RILM program, schools under the WINS program, schools, interactor schools, institutions of Rotaractors, and of course we also have to work in tandem with the RWAs, and they will get us enough projects. Everywhere you have a JAL board, every JAL board is only looking for so many of the rainwater harvesting projects which we can easily tap. Now, most important thing, where we reach, where will the money come from to finish these projects? Friends, we have thought about the funding aspect of it also. because without money, only nothing can happen. Money makes the mayor go. Friends, the first and foremost source of funds we have is the corporate social responsibility. Every company, every multinational company, every public sector company, even our own companies, where we reach up a certain threshold, we have to employ our money in the CSR. So we have to tap the CSR. We have our national CSR committee now formed, which will be helping us. But at our own level, we have to be aware, and we have to always be on the lookout for CSR funds, which is going to be a major source of funding. Second, we all know, friends, global grants are a major source of funding for good Rotary projects. We are there to guide you. We'll circulate the templates for you, but we'll also, with the good offices of our chairman and like-minded other people, we do have a reservoir, we do have a bank of foreign partners who will be there to help you. But then you have to take the initiative and get the project uploaded, friends. The third part is the district funds. I'm sure our friends Subhasish, Rajib, and Saumya will allocate more and more funds for water out of the district designated fund so that we can do more and more of our projects. I know they'll have pressures there. The other 6 missions are also there. They have to balance out everything. But hoping and praying, like Ranjanji said, water is the essence of life. Water is the elixir of life. We have to survive. We cannot survive without water. So let's have more allocation there. Fourth is the contribution from philanthropists at the national level. Friends, is happening. Rajib Birla ji is there, Ratan Tata ji is there. Internationally, we have Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. But in our Rotary clubs, in our societies, all philanthropists who are there, please let's reach out to them and ask them to contribute. Number 5, the most happening, the club contributions. It's only when the club members participate and take ownership of a particular project, friends, that's the only way the project goes through. And then in some areas, we have government subsidies available, especially as far as when tanks come in and when the irrigation part comes in, there are a lot of subsidies available, which of course we have to tap. The Central Groundwater Board, the very important body which is identifying all the projects for us, will be helpful in getting us the subsidies also, friends. See, this is the partnership model, friends, we're going to follow. The 20 to 25% is the core of the project, the club contribution. 10 to 15% will come from the community. We need the community. It's a quasi RCC, Rotary Community Corps. The village committees are being formed. So they are the owners of the project. For their need, the project is coming up. They need to maintain. So that will give us the sustainability of the project. And of course, the 60 to 70% will come from the sponsors, CSR or Global Grant or District Fund or philanthropists. So this is how we have made out the financing model, friends. Now the consolidated targets for the next 5 years, these are for the mission. The watersheds, we have to make 10,000 watershed structures. We have to reach out to 500 million people for awareness. We need to make 10,000 lakes. We need to transform them, water bodies. We need to have 25 lakh households where we have to reduce consumption, 15,000 drip or micro irrigation projects, recycle water, grey water in 5,000 sites, rainwater harvesting, friends, 50,000 projects in the whole of the country is a very small figure. It's a reserve that we have kept with us, that if you are falling short of targets anywhere, I'm sure this 550,000 you all will make into 500,000 because this is very easily doable. And the expected outcome of all this would be we integrate all our verticals. Like in Teach, they take a school as a model unit. Friends, we'll take up a village as a model unit and make that into a happy village by working in all these 5 verticals. Friends, this is the target for the district, for each year. Just imagine you cannot do a check dam in your project. 50 check dams are marked out for you. You have to reach 2.5 million people. You need to transform 50 lakes. Suppose you can't do watersheds 50, you can also do more lakes. Efficient use of water and rainwater harvesting, I'm sure everybody can do. And these numbers are indicative. These numbers are made out as a model which we have to follow. I'm sure all our senior PDGs, everybody sitting in the team will be able to exceed these targets and not lag behind in any of them. Friends, these are our channel partners. PhD Rural Development Foundation is working with us since 2007. The Coca-Cola Foundation is there to match whatever funding we have. UNICEF is there to guide us. World Vision, Sulabh International, Finolex Pipes, Indian Plumbing Association, Apex, EFI, all these are our partners, and we have to add more and more as we start with the mission, friends. Last but not the least, before signing off, I would say that we have a question answer session. You're most welcome to ask questions. But the structure as it has been made out may be very clear. We followed all in all the missions, we are standardizing things, but friends, this has to come from within you. The passion has to be there in you, the passion to conserve water, the passion to fulfill the objects, and the passion to really go and save water and give life to everybody. So thank you so much. I hope I've been able to present myself in the allocated time to myself. And it's a pleasure to be with you. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudeepji. Thank you very much. Now we can go over to the question answer session, Subhasish.
Yeah. I request my batchmate, Governor-elect Rajib from 329 to Nepal. Rajib, kindly take over and you can coordinate with Danny Datta for the question answer sessions. We have requested Rotarians to put up the question in the chat, and Danny has picked up the question from there so that Danny can help you to go ahead with the question answer session. Rajib, over to you.
Okay.
Put in the chat.
Okay. Thank you, Subhasish. Thank you to Ranjanji, Sunilji, and for the great, excellent presentation. Actually, a lot of these things are being done, except for the check dam in Nepal. Lots of these things are done. But one thing that I did not see was, I don't know, did I miss on it, or is it not there? About the deep and shallow boring. Actually, that's also one of the great source of water in Nepal. Actually, so but that was not shown there. But I don't know what was the reason for that. However, I think my presidents-elects who are there, and the president for 2021 who have joined here, must have got a good idea of what can be done in this part of the world, also in Nepal itself, because they are, of course, at present also we are doing a lot of these rainwater and other drinking water projects through global grants. So I'm sure this also has certainly given them certain ideas to move forward for the coming year. Having said this, I think, yes, the question and answer session is there. So if there are any questions, you can put that on your chat. And my humble request to everybody is, I think we have greeted enough. So for at least till the interaction period, if we do not greet anybody, and just like post the questions or whatever you have, anything, or if somebody wants to say something also, maybe, I don't know, if Danny will allow that, maybe we can unmute that person and ask him to say if he wants to say a few things. But apart from that, if you can put something in the if you have any queries or anything, you can always put that in the chat, and I'll come to you. I can read that out for you. So any questions, anything that you have, please.
Rajib, before we move on, I'll answer your question first.
Yeah.
I'll just answer Rajib's question. Rajib, boring in India is banned in all the stressed districts.
Oh,
okay. So we are not allowed to bore. And we are not allowed to go deep into the boring and use that water, because we are basically, what explained to you was earlier, Ranjanji said, with that zero concept, we have to put in what we are drawing out. So we are charging up the groundwater, using it through the traditional wells, but boring is there to use that water, but to store the water, we have to set up the tanks through the filtration steps so that the water is saved and recharges the groundwater level. So we are not using a boring per se as a technique to just take out the water and use it today.
Okay. What we do here is, I know there's a lot of rainwater harvesting done. So during the monsoon, after collecting all the water, whatever excess water is there, what we do is, again, they put it back to the ground for the recharging, actually. That's how it goes. So there is a lot of deep water and shallow water boring in this part. So anyway, I did not know. I was not aware of that. So any questions, any queries from anybody?
Yeah, there are around 8 or 9 questions there.
Okay.
Yeah. So can I start it?
Yeah.
Because I've copied them down. So
Which-
first of all, there are two persons who have already raised their hand. I'm starting with Abhishek Jitani. Abhishek, you are unmuted, please.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, my questions to all the resource person out here, like from last 5 or 6 days, we have been attending the level 2 seminars on different verticals. Like since Rotary India has come up with 8 different verticals, which will open lots of opportunity for a club or a district to go ahead with service projects. Now, being an incoming assistant governor, actually, it's very interesting and great to know that the Rotary India is working so much on different verticals. But now, for me as an incoming assistant governor, things are becoming a bit confusing on which particular vertical to concentrate on. So, if you can guide us like how to select a particular vertical or think like on which we should go ahead with.
I think Ranjanji, you are the best person to answer that.
Very interesting, very interesting. This we have faced not only in this district today, but in other districts too. You're absolutely right. We used to have only Rotary India Literacy Mission in the past. Rotary India Water Mission has come up also in September. And simultaneously, when these two missions were there, Shekhar thought about it, why not have the other missions too? Perfectly all right. We have 6, 7, 8 missions with us. But let's talk about it. Let's look into what is a sustainable community need. If water is a need in your area, go in for water. If health is a need at this point of time, go in for that. I think under COVID, health is going to have bigger priority than other projects at the moment. But for me, I always say the water is number one priority. We see to it wherever you can have it. But again, no confusion, please. Depends on the size, money, and the sustainability and the community need. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Sushil Rizal.
Namaste. Good evening. This is Sushil Rizal from 3292. Actually, I have a question. We are mostly hills. 70% of our country is hills, and there's a acute shortage of water. So I would like suggestions of what would we do, which type of projects we can do in Nepal, maybe rainwater harvesting or drip irrigation. I want to know which projects in India have been successful in the hills through Rotary. Thank you.
Sudeep, will you like to reply or I reply?
I'll just point out.
Okay. Friends, we have also Uttarakhand with us. That's also in the same terrain like yours. We have MOU with the Uttarakhand government at the moment. What we are doing there is we are having the lift irrigation plus the contour trenching. These two things put together bring the total result. Maybe Sudeep, you can take on further.
So what happens is in hilly areas in Himachal Pradesh, in Uttarakhand, what they have is the bigger dams. They don't have so many check dams, or even the size of the check dams is normally bigger than what we have in arid areas like Rajasthan and Maharashtra. So when we are sourcing out dams over here, they would be more, the bigger sizes, like what we said, reaching up to 50 lakhs, sometimes even going up to 1 crore because of the size of the river, the gauges available. So the topography of the check dams will be different. They'll be conserving water, which is in abundant plenty available in the northeast. And the other part is, since you grow paddy, since you're coming downhill, you have those contour continuous trenches available that would be there more than the earthen bunding and the other ponds that are there in the plain areas. So I don't know, we've not had too much experience in the northeast, not worked here, but I'm sure with the other experts here, we'll have some more sessions, we'll have more field surveys once the lockdown is lifted, and I'll be able to reach into the micro levels of it, and we'll be able to present you with a ready-made menu to be serviced as the time comes in.
So you mean to say that Rotary has not done any such projects in the hills?
Uttarakhand, yes. Uttarakhand, yes.
Uttarakhand, yes.
What are the projects that were successful actually?
Lift irrigation plus the contour trenching. These are the two things put together.
Okay. What about water harvesting? What do you suggest for rainwater harvesting in the hills, especially in the villages? How can we collect water in the villages? Can we collect from the runoff from the hills, or how is it possible in the hills?
Both the roofs as well as runoff, both. You can take care of it.
Mostly from the roof. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much.
And the runoffs too.
Okay, I think there is another question from Kamal Rupa Kheti. Is Kamal there? Kamal Rupa Kheti? Kamal ji?
Yeah, I'm unmuting Kamal. Yes.
Yeah, you're just stressing on this rain harvest, and then all the pond making, and then the land procuring to make a pond, and not on the river side. You're not talking about the river, only about the rain harvest, or what? That's what I wanted.
Sorry, Sudeep, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I would like to point out to you, water is actually a state subject, you know, in spite of 72, 73 years after independence, it is not even a concurrent subject. So like the National Highway Authority of India, which the government had to make for integrating roads, the government has got Central Water Commission and the other now authorities, boards coming up. Linking up of rivers is a national subject. This has to be done by the government. If we get involved in managing rivers, then we'll not be able to accomplish our micro tasks that are there available with us. That let's leave that to the government. And since water being a state subject, you know, every state has its own peculiar needs which we need to tackle upon. So we are trying to get at the micro level entire gel boards and everybody happening so that every household water can be conserved, be it efficient use, be it rainwater harvesting. At a bigger level, we are not acquiring ponds. We are only transforming the ponds that are already there. We are cleaning them out and rejuvenating them into alive ponds or water bodies, something which we have neglected and they have gone to waste. Similarly, if you see what we are doing in rainwater, in the check dams is a gorge already is there, water is flowing through. We are stopping it for purposes of having water available for irrigation and for the groundwater recharge. So we are deliberately not getting into the river or river interlinking part of it. It's a very complicated procedure.
Now, may I just add on to it? I also said in my address that we are not to create a new water source. We are just conserving and managing, number one. Number two, however, under the Delhi Declaration Act, which we had in year 2003, there is a provision of interlinking of rivers. And interlinking of rivers, rightly said, is a national issue. So we are in touch with Ministry of Jal Shakti. And there are also many new plans they are coming up with. So most probably Rotary will also get involved with that, but not at this point of time, sometime later. Another issue you have in the north is the Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra is a very difficult situation at this point of time. But however, there also the Ministry of Jal Shakti together with your government out there, they're interlinking some of the issues. So most probably Brahmaputra will also be taken care of by Rotary, not at this point of time. These are very vast issues, very vast issues, very vast issues. And like in a literacy mission also, we concentrated ourselves to children's school and the teachers. Similarly, in the water mission also, we are concentrating on the things which we all Rotarians can do in general. However, under the National Daily Declaration Policy, we have this as a very vital point, which will take a little more time than expected. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I think there's someone, Paneshwar. Have you given him a chance? Has he asked or not? Paneshwar?
He has typed a question.
Oh, okay.
The question is, he's saying, is there not chances of erosion and landslides in terrace contour irrigation? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
He's saying
presenters
that
need to answer that.
he's saying that is there not chances of erosion and landslides in terrace contour irrigation?
Okay.
No, in terrace contour irrigation, there is no question of landslide. That in fact cuts up the hill into steps, whereby at the point of heavy rain, normally it might be happening, but then it has to be cleared out after the monsoon is over, and they have to start the farming all over again. So that point of time, particularly July time, I am sure there must be some devastation happening, which has to be restored once the severe monsoon is over. But no, it's not washed away totally.
Okay, I think I have Dinesh Manandar. I think he said something about SDG. Dinesh, are you there? Dinesh Manandar?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the very nice presentation, very comprehensive presentation. No, my query is I've kept in the chat box also about this, like when you say in India, you said like 10% of the government's target is been targeted by Rotary. So are you relating that with the Sustainable Development Goal, UN? Like you have to you have a target for India. I didn't see that in the presentation. So that is one of my query, like are you relating with that? Because in Nepal, in water sanitation, because I work in the water sanitation sector, so we are relating with the UN SDG, and we also have this Nepal target. And as you know, like Nepal is already like ODF, open defecation free, but now for water, like so for basic water, it's like we are near to 90%. But we are like aiming for high. So that is one of my questions. And then another is I didn't see in the presentation is the possibility of impounding reservoir, like for just like for rainwater harvesting in a hilly area. You have this like a plain area, so you can have during the rain you can have the big reservoirs built, and then at the dry time then you can use that water. So we are doing these type of projects in Nepal, and also the government of Nepal has been trying to promote these bigger scale projects, as already Shekhar has said, like we have to think of the big packages of the water project. So I think like it will be a good area for the Rotary to work, and also like maybe Rotary Nepal distribution and WINS also will have to plan for that.
Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you. Yeah.
We are working very closely with UNICEF and in health issues with WHO. When we did polio also, WHO and the Indian government and the local governments were very much part of the entire campaign and program. Here also UNICEF we are taking the guidance from them, and of course their targets and their specific areas of service or work are being incorporated by our Ministry of Jal Shakti, with whom we are working in close tandem. We have the national, it's called the National Jal Shakti Abhiyan, the water mission is there, and we are absolutely in tandem with them. So the entire picture, whatever we are doing is what we are doing, what the government also wants us to do. So we are adding on to like 10% of what the government's targets we are meeting. So we are doing what the government wants us to do in tandem with UNICEF. So we are not doing anything in isolation, even sanitation and water both. And the second part of your question, we have these things are called local language. They use different words, tankhas or tranches and other types of the tanks in whatever way. Every villager, in whether they are water surplus or water deficient, in some form or the other, they try to store up water when there is rain. So everybody is digging up in the fields. If you will see, we have a detailed presentation where we are showing every field on the sides they are doing it. They build small embankments so that the water is retained there. So we are that is taken into account. We have more detailed presentations for that, how in the agricultural sector extra water can be conserved and used.
Okay, Danny, do you have any other person?
Yeah, lot of questions are there.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions there, but like if there's anybody who wants to like say something or something,
there are 3 people with hand raised. So I think Kamal Raj already did, right?
Yeah, Kamal's already done. Yeah.
Yeah, Roshan Priya. Not done. Pranab Bora is from our district team. So Pranab, you can ask your question if you want.
Good evening, my dear Rotarian friends and leaders from different districts of India. We had a nice session, a wonderful session, especially with 5 articles, and that too with 5 years target, and that too in a mission mode. But under the 5 articles, what we could see that we are talking about only the quality of water, but we have to talk about the quality of water also, especially in some areas like in Northeast, the presence of arsenic has become a very big problem for the quality of water, and it has become a poisonous kind of thing. So if we decide to take up certain projects like that, removal of arsenic, etc., so under which article that particular project will come?
When we are handling water, we are handling water at different levels. When we do watershed structures, the watershed development, where there are where there are fluorides and arsenic, we are treating the water. Separate plants are being put in at that stage when the surveys are being done, so that we treat water there at that point of time. In recycling, when we are recycling water, we have not yet touched on the STPs, the sewage treatment plants. We have not touched upon the effluent treatment plants, because that is already being done as a part of the industrial stipulation. In India, pollution boards are very strict about what is to be done. Water cannot be untreatedly flowing into rivers, although unofficially it is happening. So sewage treatment plants are already there. The effluent treatment plants are there for every industry which is polluting. And at the like I said, at the rainwater, structure, watershed structure type, where we are discussing that quality of water, we are putting up plants. We have put up one in Rajasthan. Incidentally, that dam is called the Sushil Dam, and we put up a fluoride plant over there, and we've done impact studies also for that. Similarly, for arsenic also, we are testing that out. When we are recharging the water body, tests are taking place regarding the arsenic in the water and control that. So it is like across the board, not specified to one particular vertical.
Okay, thank you.
Roshan Priya from, I think President-elect RC.
8 o'clock already. We should close now, please.
Rajiv,
Rajiv,
I have pinged you one question in personal chat. Someone has a different type of question. It is not a question. He actually wanted to know how he can be a partner to this mission, and that's from 3262. So if you can take up that question with Ranjanji and Sudeep.
Okay.
If you want, I can read that out.
You read the question first.
Okay. This has been given by a president-elect from Saumya's district, 3262, Ranjit Patra. Yes. Ranjit has mentioned that we are a micro irrigation, Neta firm irrigation. Internationally, we are working how agriculture and horticulture all over India. How could we be helpful and be a channel partner to this water mission of Rotary India? That's what his question.
President-elect Ranjit, we are looking for Rotarians who are hidden. This is all hidden talent coming up. Please contact Saumya. Please contact Sunilji. Please let them know your area of specialization, and I'm sure we can include you as a channel partner for executing projects not only in your district but nearby districts also. Yes. So most welcome to join us. Please share your biodata with all of us.
Thank you.
So grateful to you.
Okay, it's me, Roshan Priya, President-elect from RC Chitwan. During my visit to in RI convention in South Korea.
Ranjanji's my mic is muted. Please unmute karwa dijiye, Danny.
Oh, sorry.
He wanted to answer.
Ranjan Dhingra. Okay.
Can I ask the question?
Yes, yes, it's unmuted. Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
During my RA convention in South Korea, I came across this Duddeman walking lane, and I found out that earlier it was a Suez line, and it had been converted into a walking track with beautiful water flowing, and a lot of fishes and jogging spot was there. And I'm in Chitwan, is a city nearby Kathmandu, and here we have a small similar Suez line, almost a Suez line. In rainy season, it's flooded with water, but during winter, water is very low, and it runs around 3 kilometers from the city, part of the city, and it reaches the Narayani River. That is the Narayani River that's quite big. And I would like to have suggestions like how can I start this Suez line to convert it into a beautiful stream. I've also spoken to the local authorities over here, and the ward persons, they are quite happy to see that if they can, Rotary can get involved in this project and make it into a beautiful stream, so that will flow with good water and good quality water. So I would like to have suggestions like how can I start with this project, as we have also big projects like 30-bed ventilators, and we are building spinal injury hospitals.
Okay, Roshanji, I think we should just stick to the water thing. I think we have asked a question, and they'll answer that. Yeah, thank you.
So at the outset, let me just compliment each and every one of you for coming up with such interesting, interactive questions. In fact, while you were getting into 3 or 4 questions here regarding UNDP and all kinds of things, my line got muted. I'd just like to bring you back to the original question of UN Sustainable Development Program. Yes, you're absolutely right. Dinesh asked that question, if I remember correctly. UN Sustainable Development Program we are following. In fact, that is for up to 2030. We have up to 2025. So this becomes a part of that, no doubt about it. Number 2, somebody asked about the storage area and the hilly terrain. Friends, yes, 1 or 2 projects we have done of this kind in Uttarakhand, but now this is going to be talk of the town in that particular state, and definitely we'll have all such projects. I will give you the SOP, standard operating process, to do the entire job. Coming back to this, making this beautiful sidewalk on the kind of nalas or whatever you call it, the water you have. Friends, this depends again on the individual state, and depends again in your country, especially in Nepal you have. But in Delhi, I can just refer to 1 or 2 such projects in Delhi we have done. Not we have done, rather the municipality has done. We have just joined hands in 1 or 2 cases under RAWCT. The areas which were full of filthy water have been converted into beautiful shopping areas. Beautiful shopping areas too. And all these things have been taken care of in Delhi. So those projects also will take up in time to come. With these really large projects, we need to bring many clubs in between, and maybe once we are through with the Ministry of Jal Shakti or the local Jal Board or other Jal Boards of the states, we may come up with these projects.
And then if you could tell him about the Rajasthan, the Gujarat lake, which is the big lake where now they are doing boating and all.
Well, that is another issue. That is a bigger thing. We had this check dam made, let's say about the total length was about 1 kilometer. The cost of the project was about 1 crore rupee. And we participated with about 20% of the total economic understanding. And friends, along with that Mehsana Lake in Gujarat, we have a beautiful jogging area, recreational areas, and beautiful park all around, and it's sustainable. We started this job way back in 2008. Today is 2020, one of the best areas in that locality.
And similarly in Chennai, the Rotary Club of Madras has done rejuvenated about as many as 100 lakes. Some of them, I told you in my presentation also, 200 acres. Now they are doing a project of 650 acres of the lake, where they will be making it into, it will be such a huge body. They'll have boating there, they'll have fish over there. So a lively, absolute environment will come up. The community will benefit from that. And I'm sure, my friend, you can always take a cue from there. We can always share, and you can use that to your advantage of doing that in Nepal, in your particular town where you want to do such a thing. I'm sure we are there. We can help you out in that too.
Okay, I think we still have many questions, but I think we've run out of time here. It's only been more than 2 hours since we started this. So I think if Ranjanji, if you allow, should we close this? What do you want to do?
Rajib, it's your game completely, and I'm so happy. All three of you are doing it so beautifully, and under the guidance of Sunil. Friends, go ahead the way you wish to, and we, myself and Sunil, thank you from core of our hearts. I'm sure about it, and thank you very much for being there. And whatever issues you have, we'll come up to that in time. I see Ashwini also here. I see Ashwini from 3 to 6.
Questions left unanswered. Please do write to us. Send a mail across. Everything will be answered. Just keep them. You can send it across. We'll answer everybody without any issue. Not a problem at all.
Ranjanji, one second. Rajib ji and all the other two DG, Subhasish and Saumya, need to wind up, because yes, I agree with Rajib. It's more than 2 hours now. But then this is the beginning.
Right.
All queries can be directed to me or directly to our National Executive Committee, Ranjanji, Sudeepji, and we would be rather, privileged to help you out or answer your queries. And I have, before we wind up, before we end, I think one takeaway from this program can be, to think in numbers about the aerators. We have a few people who can give us this aerator, as we have already quantified the rate. It's about 30-40 rupees per aerator. So if we consider 3 districts, it's about 9,000-10,000 Rotarians. So the 3 districts combined, I would appeal to the 3 incoming governors to fix a target of around 50,000 aerators first of all, to begin with, and you can place the order. You can place the order, and the Rotarians can use those aerators first at their own home. So this can be one takeaway from this program, today's program, and I would request Subhasish to, finally give the vote of thanks. Who is giving the vote of thanks?
District Chair is giving. Anyway, thank you, Past Governor Sunilji, for your these things. Definitely, me, Rajib, and Saumya will discuss, and we will come back to you with this aerator suggestions that you have given. It's a pertinent suggestion. Yeah. And as you very rightly said, friends, those who have questions, we are very sorry we could not take your questions, but definitely you can put your questions in the chat box. I will pick it up and I will channel it to the correct person for your answer, and I will get back to you. That's a promise I can make. Before
Subhasish, the respective governors.
Yeah. Subhasish, I think someone could put that in the whichever email address that that should be written. I think that should be put in the chat so that all the people who want to write, they can and I think it'd be better if they send it directly to Sunil or to
they can send it
to Ranjanji or whoever they want to ask.
I'm putting it in the chat, my email ID and WhatsApp number.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Subhasish. Take over. Yeah.
Thank you. So friends, you can put up your questions in the directed email address that Sunil is just putting in the chat right away. Note it down and give your question directly to him so that he will answer your question. So before we end up, I must thank 2 persons here, Danny Datta and District Secretary Administration 3262 for managing the Zoom board nicely and helping us, Sushanto and Danny. Thank you so much, and I would request District Chair. Yes, Saumya?
No, District Advisor.
Oh, District Advisor. Okay, District Advisor. And before we go ahead, I would request District Chair 3240, Water Mission, Past President Parmesh Dev Chaudhary, to kindly put a form of vote of thanks to end up this session. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Yeah, closing remarks. Sorry. Sorry, my bad. Saumya, just request your district advisor to kindly put up the closing remarks. After that, PD Chaudhary will put the vote of thanks.
Charter President, District Advisor Kailas Kanungo to place the closing remarks.
Good evening to all. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes, yes, yes.
Very good evening to all. This is really a very eye-opener to all the Rotarians because this novelic concept developed by Shekhar Gupta ji, RIPE, and this mantle was taken off by none other than Rajib Dhingra, National Chairman, Rotary India Water Mission, and Sunil Saraf, Zonal Coordinator, Rotary India Water Mission. I must extend my thanks to all 3 district governors for making such a very nice seminar, virtual seminar on water commission, particularly on water, one of the lakes where we have been enlightened by the experts, resource persons. My special thanks to Rajib Dhingra, who has given us the definition, the entire concept, and the mission, the objectives, and everything. And it was further articulated by Param, our Sunil Saraf, General Coordinator, and I am overwhelmed. I am greatly thankful to Sudipji, who has given an expert view, leaving no stone unturned. And he has presented nicely, lucidly, clearly, and the work must be done at the club level. One area must be given trust that after all this mantle will fall, responsibility will fall on the clubs. So let the club presidents and president-elects and also the incoming leaders of the Rotary 2020-21, they must take the responsibility to make this water commission objectives and missions to be fruitful, success, and as accomplishing its objective that has been thought and devised by Shekhar Mehtaji. I think this is a very wonderful evening, meaningful evening, and enlightening even in the sense all the Rotarians are enlightened with the knowledge. And the paper preparation by Sudipji has really opened the entire floodgate, entire pages of the success of this seminar, Rotary India Water Mission. Thank you all. Over to.
Thank you, Kanunji, for your closing remarks. I would request PD Chaudhary to present the formal vote of thanks. PD, over to you. Danny, PD is PD is
he's unmuted. He's unmuted.
Yeah.
Oh, he got muted again.
PD, you muted yourself.
Unmute Cordox.
Echo?
Yeah, it's done.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, go ahead.
Okay.
I am privileged to offer our sincere gratitude and thanks to the occasion of the multi-district Rotary International Water Mission Level 2 meeting today. I am very much thankful to DG Subhasish Chatterjee for giving me the present task. First of all, I offer sincere thanks and gratitude to our Chief Guest, PDG Ranjan Dhingra, RID 323011, National Chair, Rotary Water Mission, for his inspiring keynote address on the issue. We have been greatly benefited, sir. I take this opportunity to thank PDG AB Mahapatra, RID 3262 Odisha Water Mission District Chair, for introducing our chief guest on the occasion, PDG Ranjan Dhingra, National Chair Water Mission. Secondly, I offer thanks to the General Coordinator PDG 3240 Sunil Saraf for his in-depth explanation of the water mission. He also taken up the presentation of the next 5-year plan, goal setting, etc., for the benefit of this house. Here, I would like to thanks to PDG Pratap Singh Taher, RID 3292 Nepal, district chair, who has introduced our guest of honor and today's invited speaker, Zonal Coordinator PDG Sunil Saraf. I offer vote of thanks to Rotary International Water Mission, Sudeep Kohli, for a nice but detailed presentation covering all aspects of organization of Water Mission, structure, roles and responsibilities, goals, training program, water scenario in India, Rotary Trust, water sets, types, use, partners, etc. I also offer gratitude to DG 3262 Odisha, PDG Rotarian Saumya R. Mishra, and DGE 3292 Nepal, PDG Rotarian Rajib Pokhrel, and DGE 3240 Rotarian Subhasish for introducing their team of water mission. We thank you and for your inter members. My thanks also goes to DGE 3292 Rajib Pokhrel for nice moderating the question and answer session, and also District Advisor 3262 CP Kailas Kanango for his closing remarks. I also offer sincere thanks to another Zolek Sanitation Mission PDG Orizidendo, DG and DGND, incoming DGs, district committee members, president-elects, club chairs, and all the Rotarians of RI 3240, RI 3262, RI 3292 club for attending the virtual meeting and making it a grand success. At the end, I would like to offer my vote of thanks to Rotarian Dr. Denny, RI 3240, and for coordinating the virtual meeting nicely. Good night and goodbye. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, PD. Thank you so much. Thank you, Soumya. Thank you, Rajib. Thank you, Ranjanji, Sudeepji, and
thank you, Soumya.
Rajib, thank you.
Yeah, thank you
I see
too.
beautiful fish painting behind your.
Excellent.
And join for virtual.
It is virtual fellowship.
Yes.
The house is